Hello.
And to you, good day.
So earlier you said anything you experience internally is your energy.
Yes.
And about 3 years ago, I started getting what I would say getting rocked energetically,
Yes.
moving my body. And then I started hearing voices.
Yes.
And energy.
Remember,
flowing.
we also said, even if you are interacting with a different entity, you still have to match the frequency with your energy to experience that. So you're still not experiencing their energy directly. You're still experiencing yours having matched their frequency, making it feel like theirs. Do you understand?
So even hearing their voices and
Anything.
feeling the energy flow.
Anything. Any representation is your own creation, your version of what you may be interacting with on another level. But you have to create your version out of your energy to have a representation in your reality. Otherwise, you don't see it. You don't
Right.
experience it in any way, shape, or form. This is why sometimes people on your planet that you might call crazy, who are saying they see a different reality, are seeing a different reality. It's no less real than yours. It's just not the consensus agreed upon one.
Right.
So, yes, it's still your energy. It's still made out of your consciousness, even though it might also be a communication from someone else, but you're willing to match the frequency. And therefore, you have the experience of the connection.
And are they communications from others?
They can be from time to time, or they might sometimes be communications from other aspects of your own consciousness, or might be spirit guides, or what have you. It depends on the moment. It depends on the purpose of the communication, as to who it might be, and it might be yourself sometimes too.
So do you know who I'm communicating with now? It
Me.
seems to be changing. Okay, other than you.
Well, that seemed kind of obvious, right?
Right, that's true. Very stating the obvious.
What do you wish to do with this communication?
That's what I've been trying to figure out.
Are you willing or desiring or excited or passionate about transmitting this information to others in a particular way?
That's what I've been trying to figure out. If
No,
am I being open?
Stop trying,
channel?
stop trying.
Okay,
stop
yeah.
trying. What feels natural to you? Do you want to write? Do you want to talk? Do you want to paint? What's a natural expression for you to communicate with others through?
I think for writing.
Writing, all right. Then are you doing that?
I've been keeping a journal of the things that.
All right,
I'm
but if
hearing.
you feel that there is a connection from some other being that is transmitting information that you are then generating out of your own energy, is that a different kind of thing you would like to write about?
Perhaps.
Perhaps. Why the hesitation?
I don't know. It feels
Sure you
like.
do. Sure you
I
do.
do.
Sure you do.
Okay,
I am never, ever, ever, ever going to ever let any of you get away with I don't know. Ever. Because you do know. You're just not looking for it strongly enough. You do know. We can see it in you. So we're attempting to guide you into what you do know that for some reason you're pretending not to know. What are you afraid will happen if you do that?
That I don't know if the information is correct or that I can trust
Ah,
it.
that's a big one on your planet. I have an absolutely surefire way of getting over that. Would you like to hear it?
Yes, please.
You don't care whether it's correct or not, because
You
that's
just
not
share
the
it?
point. You can say, as a caveat, I don't know if this information will be correct, but this is what's coming through. Therefore, it gives me the chance to practice what this feels like until such time as what I really understand is whether it is quote unquote accurately correct, it is correct for what it needs to be at this moment. And I don't necessarily know why it's coming through this way, but that's none of my business, is it?
I don't know if I'll get many followers that way.
And why do you need I don't have any followers. I have friends. We don't want followers. Nobody wanted followers. Jesus didn't want followers.
No, I just meant like on Facebook kind of followers, not.
Is that important to you?
No.
You will have the followers that are relevant for what it is you put out. Because if you have a gift to give, there has to, by definition, be someone waiting to receive it. There has to be, or you wouldn't be excited about giving that gift. This goes back to the analogy we've used now and then called the one-sided coin. There's no such thing as a one-sided coin. If you have the head, the tail's there on the other side, or there is no coin. So that should tell you that if you have something to give, by definition, in that reality, there must be somebody waiting to receive it, or you wouldn't be excited about giving it because that would be pointless. So give and see what happens. You can frame it in whatever way works for you. You can say, look, I'm not sure what's going to happen here. This is an experiment. I'm practicing, but it could be fun. So why not ask me a question and I'll see what kind of answer comes through in my writing. It's just playing. And then bit by bit, you'll get used to it. You'll navigate it. You'll find your way through it. You'll be able to sense what really needs to be delivered. You might become more conscious about what it is and the way it's being delivered and become more precise over time. But at first, it doesn't have to be anything. You don't have to care. It's something for you to practice. It's something for you to play with because it's fun. And it's who you are. And that's reason enough, and no other reason is necessary. And it'll sort itself out. Why? Because synchronicity is the organizing principle. Remember that tool?
Yes.
Is this helping?
Yes, it is.
So have fun with it. That's all you need to do right now. Have fun. Do it because it's fun, because it's your passion. There is no other reason you need.
Okay. So
It'll sort itself out.
The reason it's happening is because it's meant to be shared?
Do you have passion to share it? You don't have to, but if you do, then the answer would be yes. If you don't, then don't. Although, it might just be for you. It's possible it might just be for you at this point, and that's fine too. But if you have a hankering, as you say, to share it, if that's part of your passion, then take that as a sign to share it. But again, you can share it in whatever way works for you. Yes?
Yes.
Is this helping?
Yes, it's helping.
Is this taking the weight off your shoulders a bit?
Yes, a
You
little.
feel a little lighter?
Yes.
Yes? All right.
Yes.
Then
So
have some fun with it.
after I started, hearing the voices,
Yes.
it led me down to going into a mental hospital for a few days.
Oh, all
Other
right. How
people-
exciting.
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yes.
And so it kind of seemed like the energies were. It seemed like these external energies.
Let me
were
stop
bringing-
you right there.
Yeah.
You know that even though they may be external, they are internal because you're creating your version of it. But I'm just going to put it in these terminologies. I understand you have on your planet what many have called the idea of personality disorder, multiple personality disorder. And yes, there can be such a thing. But that's only because you haven't allowed the different personality aspects within your total being to communicate cleanly and clearly with one another. What you are attempting to understand how to do is multiple personality order. Do you understand? Because there is a way to allow all aspects of your being, which contains many different kinds of aspects of personality, to communicate clearly and integrally with one another in a way that they can function autonomously when they need to, but that you can still function as a whole being at the same time. This is kind of what's going on here. You see, the channel has simply been trained because what you're experiencing is not the channel's personality, correct?
Right.
But you're not experiencing mine either, because you're not experiencing me directly at all. You're getting about this much of who I really am, about 5 to 10%. What's being created, what the channel was trained to do, was create a third identity, a blank simulacrum within his consciousness that can be filled with other personalities, that can match the frequency of other personalities such as mine. But you're getting a third entity that's neither him nor me, because that's the translation entity that exists between us. It's the form that it needs to take as a personality aspect that allows you to communicate what needs to be communicated to another civilization, like I'm doing with you. But you're not hearing him and you're not hearing me, you're hearing the third entity. Is this helping?
Yes. Thank you.
So create whatever simulation you need to represent the way in which you prefer to transmit the information to yourself or to another. Have fun with it. It'll sort itself out. You'll learn. It's a process. It's all right.
Right, thank you. And another question, just one question, is vibration the same as emotion?
Emotion has vibrational frequencies, but vibration itself is simply the idea that energy is vibrating at a certain periodicity, a certain frequency rate.
And so the vibration I should be feeling or want the state of being I should want to be in.
Passion.
Right?
Yes.
Just passion.
Passion, gamma state. In your brain, a different frequency than what we were talking about earlier, because we're defining an entire frequency of a holistic being. That's different than the idea of the brainwave frequencies. Gamma, the state that allows you to feel connected, is the idea of about 40 to 100 cycles per second, 40 to 100 hertz in your brainwave frequency. But that's what's representative of expressing your passion. So when you express your passion, you automatically go into gamma, and you make more connections and more associations, and you synthesize and process information in a different way, in a more holistic way. So when you do your passion, you're automatically in gamma. You're automatically channeling. That's the channeling state. Yes?
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.